Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and today we're going to do something a little bit different. You see, we're actually on Europa Universalis 4, a game by Paradox, but a Warhammer mod dropped for it last month, or a little bit before that, which has since then seen like 50 updates, which is absolutely wild. I picked this up when the Paradox sale was going on, and I've lost about 50 hours already to it, which in about a week and a small bit isn't too bad, I'd say. It's literally been a big reason why I've not been painting a lot of miniatures lately. But yeah, this is an absolutely massive mod, and I just wanted to talk about it because, goddamn, this is going to take away my weekend and a lot more weekends to come. I am still not bored with it despite having played a few campaigns. So, yeah, let's talk. So the Warhammer Fantasy world is absolutely massive, and I mean absolutely massive. There are so many different factions to play around with. It's using the fan-made map, I believe, from a long time ago as a reference point. But yeah, you've got loads of different bookmarks that you can play in. The Old World, the Under Empire, the Far East. So yeah, Grand Cathay is there. You've got Skavenblight in the Under Empire. You do have everything in the Southlands. Pretty much the only thing which isn't in this game at the moment, which I'm not sure if there's any plans for it, is the Southern Chaos Waste. But it's really not needed. There is so much and it's incredibly detailed. You've got a bunch of different bookmarks and you've got all the different kind of suggested factions, which I assume have extra content, like, you know, special missions and so on, but you do get a lot of special missions for them overall. It is honestly really impressive on how thorough this is. If you're used to stuff like CK3, well, more so CK2, and other Paradox games around that time, very similar to that of Hoi 4, Europa Universalis does have a pretty good system. Its controls can be a little bit dated, but to be honest, it plays very well. The map is very thorough. There's open spaces that you can colonize and there's some that's just basically wasteland, but it is very thorough. I was looking and just comparing the map a little bit to some like Warhammer Fantasy roleplay books. It's really funny how little details get in there. Bretonnia is full-sized, which is more like the actual lore rather than Total War Warhammer. And in general, like, there's so much to go around through. I played a few campaigns as it stands, Araby a little bit with the Skaven, which the Skaven have a fun mechanic. Obviously, the fact is that they're in the Undercities and the Under Empire, but they're able to kind of just pop out into the surface world and just do a lot of damage there. And this mod is still getting updates, so there's more to come. I haven't seen any Beastmen as far as I can tell, but there is a mission to kill some Beastmen, so maybe I've just not seen them. Also, if you're wondering, I haven't played Vanilla, but I think the mountains take from the railway system. A lot of trade routes go through there too, which is absolutely awesome. Feels very good if you want to play as a dwarf campaign. Start positions do vary, mostly taken from the lore, but you do have some fun ones there. So for example, if you go to Karak 8 Peaks, all three of the contenders are in the same location. You basically start a war from the very beginning, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Now, I do have to warn you that you do need a lot of DLC. This is not a cheap series. If you're going to be jumping into this, either wait for a big sale. A big sale just recently happened, but I needed some time to see if this was actually worth it to make a video or not. Mostly because, yeah, there's so much going on in this bloody thing. It's amazing, but yeah, all the tisms had to get brought out for this. Or check some locations where you can buy it, because there are some websites that you can buy it for cheaper. For example, Instant Gaming, which you can find in the description below. It's the ones that I work with quite a lot. It's still very expensive for what it is, though, so wait until there's a discount. I mean, it's really fun. It really is. But Paradox are content farms when it comes to that. But yeah, if we look towards, like, say, for example, the Skaven, yeah, you'll start off in the Under Empire, though this is the Skrulk clan, so you're just starting off with Skrulk. This is not Clan Pestilence. Remember, when you're playing as the Skaven, you're not going to be playing as, like, Snickitch and so on, unless you're specifically looking for those minor factions with that. The clans are actually ruled by a member of the Council of 13, and that actually is represented in the game with this whole Papal States DLC. There's a lot of DLCs which get integrated in there. Same thing as when you're playing with the Empire. You have to vote for who's going to be the Emperor after Karl Franz dies, and that could be anyone, like, for example, Osler and Middenhand. Or if you want to try out a diplomatic route, you could play as Manfred von Karlstein, because Sylvania is still an official part of the Empire. Well, you know, semi-officially at this point. And you can actually become Emperor through that, which is wild. I mean, it's really cool. In most cases, you're just going to be smashing your way with hordes of undead, I think. So when you start off a fresh campaign, if you've never played this before, you'll get some context. You'll get like the country, a little bit lore of the region, religion, government, and environment. It'll give you some basic information, which will tell you not a lot. I'm going to tell you very out there, like if you're going to get this game specifically for this mod, play vanilla first and learn the mechanics, because oh my god, there's a lot of mechanics. Like, this isn't as easy as jumping in for CK3, for example. I have never felt so stupid in my life. That's the best way of putting it, I guess. But everyone that you see in the game, so all the locations, those are all playable. That means that you can play as Koresh, you can play as Nippon, you can play as, well, just Albion. Even evil Albion, too. You know, there is a little sect in Albion, which we know from the whole Shadows over Albion campaign from 6th edition, I believe. I've got the papers right in front of me, actually, for those. You can fall to Chaos, or if you play as a Chaos faction, you can actually become the Everchosen, which I posted about it on Twitter yesterday. The Kefeyan Korean faction ended up becoming the Everchosen, which was wild. Took half the map with it too. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, you've got little men-at-arms, your units will upgrade. Visually, the units will look pretty much like the standard vanilla stuff. I'm not sure if there's any plans in the future to upgrade that and change the stuff visually, though I would say it's not really needed. It's really, really thorough. Like, I'm recording this video and I just want to finish it now so I can actually go back to playing. But this is my current campaign going on right now. I play slow with these types of things, so I'm already a good 50 years post-end times. You see, in some places you can just completely ignore that the end times even happened. It actually hasn't happened in game yet. But I started off as Margarita. There's like 7, 8, maybe 9 city-states in Estalia, not counting Tobaro, because Tobaro is actually part of Talia, by the way. And I have slowly taken over. The idea here is after that you take over, you can name yourself Estalia, which I was able to do last night. And now I'm pushing to reform the Riemann Empire. That's also another dilemma that you have in this game. So you have to take over the areas of Talia to bring back that empire, which, for those who aren't aware, there was like a Roman Empire in Warhammer Fantasy known as the Riemann Empire, and then afterwards, to get it back up and running, you need 250 provinces. This is going to be the one. That's my goal, to play here and just go from there. I'm really enjoying this. I really, really am enjoying this. I think it's really, really cool how much there is to do in this game. There's no intrigue like CK3, for example. It's more focused on warfare, which the warfare here is really good compared to CK3. So when it comes to warfare, you've always got your armies up and running. It's not like CK3 where you have to disband them, declare war, and then you can't declare war in the middle of declaring another war or being in that other war. This, you can just keep on going. And I think that's mechanically what makes this game shine so well. Yes, there is a mod for CK2 when it comes to Warhammer, but my understanding is that the updates are very, very slow and the modders are slowly pushing towards the CK3 version, which I'd love to be able to see to compare them. That's going to take a while, I imagine, because they announced it and they've been kind of silent until then, because it does take time to obviously go into the lore to try and make sure that everything is as thorough as possible, especially when a game like CK3 is more about the roleplay, whereas Europa Universalis 4 is about the administration and the combat. We might be in a bit of a drought for Total War Warhammer at the moment until we wait until the next DLC, but the great thing is we do have this to play around with. This is definitely going to keep me busy. I'm going to start organizing to do some streams, maybe with some other content creators, because I feel like that would be very, very fun. Let me know what you guys think about this mod in the comments below. If you have any suggestions on how to play, let me know too, or which faction, because I'm definitely going to be playing this a lot. I was playing it last night as I was building up and gluing up some ogres, so that was quite fun. It's definitely one of those games that you can play around with and just really have a lot of fun in a more casual way. The battles can get a little sweaty though, if you're dealing with many, many different factions against you, which coalitions can happen. Have a great day everyone, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.